Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another replay of Steel Division Normandy 44 on a 10v10. Yes, I will be doing smaller games, but in the meantime, my brother and I played a couple 10v10 games, so until people send in replays, I'm just going to do another 10v10, because, yeah, I can. Anyway, so it's me, 117, and player, along with my team, which includes Sloop, Angel of Death, Mainstain, Kaizing, Thermo, Indic, Gawk, and Gramo. God damn, that's a long list. Versing Arsenic, Christ, Shinji Dog, Vanguard, STM Zark, Horus, Kittens, goddamn Kittens, Tino, goddamn Tino, Windy, and Yates. So right now we're in the battle, we're setup phase, and right now I'm going on the far right hand side. I typically want my area of expertise. I like holding the flank, and yes, this is a very similar map to the one we did before. So there's only like 3 10v10 maps. This is one of them. There's another map that has a waterway kind of in the middle, sort of. And then there, I believe, is a third one that's more inclined with actually like a D-Day beach, if I recall correctly. But moving on from this, yeah, so as you can see, I'm going to be versing Tino. And the main objective is going for this point. We have this city point over here, which is very key. These hedgerows, which you want to take. Another set of hedgerows over here with this long road that is actually kind of effective for the axis for resupplying. Because if you can hold that front, you can kind of really quickly move troops. And this road up here, actually, that goes to this industrial town, which has a lot of buildings and very good for holding, for infantry movement and long range. And then you have over here, which is like this bank area, and I feel like this is where my brother's going, if I'm correct, to kind of hold that left hand. The game is not moving. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit to get through this battle phase. I was like, why is nothing happening? Alright, so anyway, in case you're wondering, you're new to Steel Division, everyone plays an attack beacon pretty much of where they're going. So Zark thrusting hard. Alright, interesting. But yeah, they kind of show like where they're moving to in an effort to be like, okay team, where are we going? Now my brother is over here. He's player, by the way, and unfortunately he's kind of just like deploying his troops kind of like that. I do a different setup, and you can too. Here, I'm going to slow things down, where you can kind of go in a straight line to kind of make for faster movement. Now for me in the beginning, oh, Tino's going here. Very good thing he announced that. And again, the reason why people do this, that way everyone's spread out. You don't have this huge open gap, which can really just falter your line. Kind of like here, sort of, but as you can see, he's using the main road, so he's going to push kind of like in this area, or at least try to. Because it's faster to go down a main road than it is going across, of course, the ground. The game should start any second now. We have multiple teams going up. Wow, 4 guys, really? 4 guys attacking over here. They're going to push really hard in that spot, but then they may not be so great in mid because, again, there's not many guys in mid, and they're focusing a lot more. So we'll see what exactly happens. Now, I learned from from previous games that call in the plane strike. So that's what you're going to see from me, at least in the beginning, for me to call in a fire over here. And I'm deploying my guys, and you're going to see a plane pop in any second now. We have multiple troops moving in, but as you can see, they have a lot more guys kind of going in this middle area, which is going to be harder. There's my plane. Hello. Coming in. And again, you can call it a direct strike, which is nice, so I'm going to call it in very quickly. Drop in fire, and I was so worried. I'm like, oh no, they're probably already there. But no, fire drops, and as you can see, he's still coming on the main road. So the reason why you do this is it blocks supplies, so he has to go around. And as you can see, he kind of started doing that. He started going down this other side road, which is actually equally smart because he can try to push over here instead. But the fire is at least delaying him, so he has to micro his way around. And in the meantime, I'm going to use this opportunity and rush my forces to take this forced area. Now, luckily, again, with my doctrine that I picked, our battle group, the 6th Airborne is very, very good in the beginning portion of the game. They get some decent AT. They get a lot of vetted infantry, as you can see. Vet 3 infantry, very good compared to his guys, which are not vet at all. The problem is with me versus this German one is this. These half-tracks are incredibly freaking annoying. They have these machine gun turrets on the front that are very powerful versing normal infantry, so they support the infantry squad inside and allow them to actually overcome that veterancy. Because you need AT or a tank to really neutralize those things. Unfortunately, as you can see, he has his own tank anti-tank gun, opening fire along my area. So he just blew up my unfortunate vehicle that was moving up to try to take some stuff out. So I'm now without a tank, which really does suck because I was trying to move up and try to hit these guys. So yeah, we can see here he's moving up a pack line and some other stuff, but not really a lot of infantry, so that's kind of setting him up to be taken out quickly. The town, unlike the previous game I did, is now taken over by the Axis. So the Axis actually did a really good job at rushing, and as you can see, he brought in this thing, a Ju-87, fantastic at murdering just enemy armored units on the ground. You can see here he's targeting, actually I think, yeah, he's targeting a vehicle, managed to knock it out beautifully, and is going to pull out pretty nicely. We do have some flame artillery came in, pushing them back and allowing them to move up. Now, as you can see here, he went to Little John. So Thermo, if I pull up him, he went the exact same thing I did. So he's using the same doctrine, whereas my brother is using the Free Polish group. So he gets a different set. He doesn't get necessarily the best infantry, but he still gets some pretty damn good armor for the early portion of the game. And he's pushing up. He managed to take over this territory, and unfortunately, looks like he's managing to push Windy back. A lot of good infantry. Again, they had 4 guys over here, so they're managing to take over this whole swath of territory and are annihilating the infantry and stuff like that that's located on the outskirts. And now, we look here, there's a huge swath of territory they could easily push up on, but they're probably not going to because, well, it's very risky to push up because it's very easy to ambush. Now, comparatively, while they're doing great on the left-hand side with all the infantry and all, yes, that's flame weaponry. If you see a flamethrower like this, it's flame. Now the Wasp, again, if I zoom in for those who remember Company of Heroes 2, that's what the Wasp looks like. It's essentially a universal carrier with a flamethrower on it. So if anyone who plays Company of Heroes 2, you know that thing is awesome. Now, unfortunately, they have this. Now, again, we look at STM. I'll drop the allies and go down the Axis. STM has the 12 SS Panzer, so they actually have a lot of stolen tech, and one of them is a Firefly. And this thing is a stolen Firefly. I'm assuming that was taken from the, oh, god damn it, what is it called? Either from the Italian campaign or, god damn, the movie's coming out, Dunkirk, from all the armor. But I think the Fireflies were made later, just I think they outfitted it with a better gun. But yeah, I think they have some old tech, because I know there's a German deck with a bunch of old French tanks. So anyway, push over here. I'm trying to hold this location. As you can see, they're bringing up their half-tracks, which really suck. Have my machine gun trying to hold them down. They have a lot more infantry moving up, as you can see, which also not good for me. Machine gun opening fire, as you can see from this guy down here. Trying to push back their infantry or whatnot from this location. They are pinned, so as soon as I can kind of move this guy up and kind of force it to surrender, moving up more infantry, and as you can see, I'm bringing up way more infantry, along with flanking with my tank to try to push back. I have my Little John firing on those half-tracks, which makes them retreat, and at that position, my guys with Brens, as you can see here, awesome, fire long range, can easily push those guys back and make them retreat. Now he is building up an army. As you can see, Tino is not done by not even by a long shot, and we can see here we have Horus also preparing for a counterattack. Now I'm putting up we have Thermo here, again very similar, which also sucks the fact we have 2 guys very similar doctrines right next to each other. But anyway, I call on I think I'm going to call on fire. Am I dropping? Did I call on fire? There we go. I was going to say, I didn't see it come down. But yeah, help him remove some of that stuff and push them back. But also, they have a lot of artillery. Goddamn artillery, of course they do. And yeah, German artillery, any sort of artillery like that's really annoying. But the nice thing is, even with all that, we have pushed them back. And we have most map control. So if I click on this, or I should, come on, pop up. You can do it. Anyway, we're slowly winning by points. And as you can see here, we're being paused. We have to get 2,000. So total victory at this rate. And yes, the rate can increase over time. Right now, so we're slowly winning. But the problem is right now is although we're winning on the flanks, as you can see on the right, and actually on the left, which again, my brother doing a fantastic job. Though this sniper, yes, it is a sniper. There's actually a sniper team in this game, as you can check by those rifles, are helping to snipe my brother's infantry. But he's bringing up his tanks to open fire on that stuff and push it back so he can move up. But although they have double MG42s, which would be an issue. Oh, wait, no, they're bringing up half-tracks to flank them, and half-tracks will suppress them very easily. So it looks like they're calling him some off-map artillery to kind of help out. Where is that artillery? There it is, the 210s. Bringing in a recon as well to help, but there is some AA he brought in. Also a fighter plane. Hey, look, a fighter plane. So it's going to target and bring down that fighter, make it crash into the area. They have another fighter, 2 fighters coming in that kind of help shoot that thing down. There is some light AA that'll help, but most likely those fighters will probably... Nope, they actually are leaving. Cool, so that thing can fall back and retreat. Oh, they probably fell back because of the other fighters that guy deployed, which would be really cool if he actually sent over, but I guess he's worried about AA. But yeah, my brother and them are actually doing a fantastic job in pushing up, specifically Matt Stein, really annihilating the enemy and knocking out those MGs, so my brother can easily push up and just kind of take out this position. If my brother can really lock this area down, he could essentially use this as a position to fire artillery at their incoming base of operations and incoming units, which would be very, very deadly and close up the map. Anyway, so I'm over here. They have a lot more infantry, as you can see. I'm kind of holding this further patch. Figure if I can throw everything there, I may not be able to hold them back indefinitely, but I can at least use that as staging ground and get more points for my team, which definitely helps. I think I don't get another increase till 57, but still, that does help. So right now, unfortunately as well, this town is under fire. He is getting some flamethrower units, but flamethrowers have an extremely short range. That's the problem with the flamethrower. It is small. They have a small range, which sucks. And as you can see here, he has a lot of infantry, which is combating a infantry that just moves up. So really, artillery airstrike, that's what he kind of need to do. Needs something like that to really uproot them. Germans here, let's not discount these guys. The Arsenic and Christoph. Is there any other guy here, or is it just 2? No, it's just 2. Oh, and I guess STM's kind of guarding the flank, but they're really pressing on this guy. And I think it's just 1 guy, right? No. No, it's actually well, it's kind of like a hodgepodge of units, but they're really trying to press here. Unfortunately, after this ridgeline, which they're kind of trying to take, there isn't that... I mean, I guess they could try to take this town, but it's kind of you want to hop to each covered position to kind of take it. So this ridgeline is putting a bunch of infantry to use their long-range fire in an effort to kind of take that stuff out. Again, with the MG42 trying to fire, hit that infantry with artillery coming in, kind of force them to suppress. Command tank kind of boosts their veterancy, kind of help them out a little bit, but there's just so much fire. And as you can see here, there is a Panzerschreck group, so they can open fire on this tank very easily and kill it. Should probably have just mentioned they could probably kill it, but again, they need to be closer range. So once again, we have my brother coming in, just overwhelming that infantry. It's pinned down. He can easily move this up and force it to surrender. You can also use this force area to quickly move up and cause the enemy to be like, okay, how are we supposed to target a group that is in a force next to our spawn? And that being said, it looks like he is bringing in something to kind of just help combat some of that. But it's just not, there's so few units here, it's just not going to be enough. He could easily move up the tank and kill that stuff if he really wanted to. Nice AT guns, he has a lot of AT to kind of help push back those M4s. We'll see how well that goes. A lot more infantry kind of rolling up. They're trying to move up with those hedge groves, try to take the next one, but as you can see, it's a hard deal. They are moving up some AT guns, which very effective. Again, 3 armor, so it can easily be blown up if one of those shots hit. And as you can see, it did hit. So nice job. More artillery, again, more fire, trying to push them back overall. Plane coming in, dropping in some bombs on the city. Very nice. Managed to push back some of those AA guns, and yes, those are the half tracks. And again, if you're in Company of Heroes 2, these half tracks should look familiar. But that being said, they do have a line of tanks, so that is a big deal. Again, all that armor, they can easily come in from the side and just flank them, and that's what I'm assuming he's trying to do. Unfortunately, this group right here, while they are being quite effective at pushing, they're having a hard time because they're so bottled up right now that they can hit them from all angles, and that's just causing suppression, which does help hold back a lot of guys. On the left-hand side, though, we can see here my brother, they're still pushing and advancing slowly but surely. We look on the right, and what's going on? Well, the enemy's calling in more airplanes, so I'm bringing up some AA and some recon to help. I moved up some armor to kind of help flank some of these guys, but as you can see, now we're in Phase B. So we're in Phase B, which means they can get some better armor, and lo and behold, they're getting that armor. They have Stugs rolling up, they have some packs. They're essentially getting their better equipment. I brought on a fighter to try to help a little bit, again, because at this time I also do have more access to better planes and equipment, which is nice. So as you can see here, I'm calling in my Mosquito Unfortunately, they do call in 2 fighters, so this mosquito may not last all that long. Although, I'm trying to have my fighter escort it a little bit. Force them back, kind of make sure it survives a little bit, but unfortunately the AA kind of shoots it down, which sucks, and now the fighter's like, hey, maybe we should target this guy. And yeah, they have a lot of fighters. Windy's just getting a ton of fighters, so at this point I'm like, alright, probably should bring in more AA. I do have some AA guns here, but unfortunately my battle group sucks at AA. But other ones are fantastic, like, hold on, where are they? Holy crap. So we have Arsenic, and Arsenic is the 21st Luftwaffe. I think it's that. Yeah, and it looks like he's just bringing in all the AA he can. And that's what I'm talking about. You can just, like this guy, ton of AA capabilities. But unfortunately, my doctrine doesn't have a ton of AA capabilities. So, you know, I'm stuck with that. Looks like he's calling in some bombs, trying to break up their occupation in the forest. Managed to pin a lot of guys. He brings up infantry. He could easily overwhelm them. Panzerschrecking, a nice hit on that command tank. Although, gets a nice shot on the Panzerschreck force, but they should be able to reload and kill it. We shall see. Who was able to fire first? The tank? Which also can't move, which is freaking hilarious. Nope. Panzerschreck fired first and pulling them back. Very, very cool. Looks like some infantry movements trying to move in there. They could probably easily take that out. And my brother having looks like a much more difficult time, that he's building up more men. Probably needs some artillery to kind of help break them up, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, on the right hand side, you can definitely tell that they're kind of gaining more and more of an army. We're having a lot harder time dealing with that, and my AA's not doing all that great. Trying to using their planes and whatnot to bomb my guys, which isn't a bad idea, honestly. Although I do bring in my fighter, kind of try to shoot down that plane. And I see all this infantry, I'm like, alright, time on target. Because by the time they run to me, which I'm assuming why, in case you're wondering why they're not, is this. It's simply my pack gun, which is opening fire now on their enemy forces. Which sucks, because you figure, even though it's a 3-star, it's still a vet pack. It's like, it's a level 12. You figure it should bounce. I've had enough times where it bounced on me. But whatever. That's the big thing, is we're sending a ton of pants, which includes tigers and panthers, which is, oh boy, so great. Now my fighter's trying to take out some more stuff, and they retreat. Wonderful. So we have more fighters coming in as well, and they're just getting more and more. And this is the problem that in Company Heroes 2 you have, but also in this game you have, is this late game armor. And oh yeah, by the way, yes, we have a goddamn King Tiger. Just wonderful, right? Just freaking wonderful. King moves into play, and now that thing can pretty much annihilate a lot of my guys, because it's just infantry. That's all I have. It's just freaking infantry. Close range infantry, which is fine. It can hold off against some, you know, inbound infantry if I'm all in that forest area. But, oh, especially against like these guys. Even though they're SS troops, I have more than enough vetted men that they're going to have a lot of issues pushing up. And as you can see, they're bringing up more planes. They're trying to bomb me. They're bringing up more infantry. They're doing whatever they can to try to push me out of that forest. And unfortunately, this is my holding ground. Because right now, A, that's giving us a lot of points. And B, if they focus all their efforts on this, I have a little bit more time to bring up A, artillery, which can hurt them. And B, more AT guns. Because at this point, I realize, like, oh, Jesus Christ. So we have Kittens. We have Tino. We have Shinji. So we have 3 guys here deploying everything they possibly can to dislodge me from this location. I'm just like, crap. And then, of course, you have Therm, who's already versing House, and, yeah, just House. So there's now 4 guys over here in perspective. Kind of a similar effect that I guess my brother and them have over here, which now my brother's cut off, which is kind of hilarious in its own right. And now Maine has to come over and try to help deal with all this, which looks like he's doing just fine. My brother's calling in some bombers. Let's see how well that does. Come on. There we go. Come in, and I think it just caused it to fall back. And I think that plane's going to be shot down by... Nope. Ton of AA, and just pull that thing back. Players going after it. Come on, 151. You got this. Shoot it down. And you shot down the fighter. Very nice. Now, funny enough, all these guys are pinned down. If he moved up troops, he could force all of them to retreat, which is a fun thing to do. Unfortunately, my brother should have probably pulled back that plane, because those planes just instantly got deployed. and knocked it out. Now, the AA guns can knock out planes. It's just difficult. It takes a lot of AA to knock it out. In mid, unfortunately, the enemy still has those hedgerows holding on to dear life with all the AA, kind of an effort to hold that stuff back. Now, the thing, can someone arty this, please? That's hilarious. But anyway, still valiantly trying to hold here. We have artillery coming in, kind of pinning them down. So I use this to my advantage and just going to rush up. You can see here all the pin troops and my blue troops. So I'm going to try to rush up and force all these guys to surrender. Because if they're pinned, they can't do anything. And I would rather take them out like that than wait for them to get back up. So that's 3 full squads down, which is great for me. Because now we have Shinjo, we have Tino, and we have, where's Kitten? There. Oh, Windy. Windy's also coming over here. And there's Kitten's armor. Wonderful. So they're all making, again, a push. I'm still barely holding on here and causing some stuff to surrender or being surrendered, whatever you want to call it. So at this point, I'm like, oh, shoot. Hey, guys, I have a lot of men over here, and they are annihilating me. But that's the thing. As long as I'm playing defense, I'm still holding them back. I'm still holding key territory. Sure, we're not doing all that great in mid. Like, this guy still can't be dislodged. But at least in the meantime, if I can just delay them, that's still winning. It's like Company of Heroes 2. Sure, I'm losing units, but I'm still holding the victory point. And we're still far enough ahead that it's making a huge difference in the game. So, let's see. Right now, Therm's calling in his Mosquito. I'm assuming he's trying to target some of the artillery or the units in the forest. But judging by that place, I'm judging... let's see. Where's it going in? Nope. Hit some of the guys in front. Manages to pin them down, and he's able to cause them to, I'm assuming, surrender or just die. One of the two. So how's my brother doing? Should probably jump over to him. Oh wow, his troops are still pinned down and surrounded. And he really doesn't have that much of a front line. He has an Achilles, which is a pretty good tank in its own right. But all this infantry and whatnot, he really needs some way to flank it. Brother calls in more bombs, try and knock out that Pack 88. Does a pretty damn good job, pins it, kills most of the infantry inside. Like, those Pack 88s are very susceptible to artillery and planes. If you can really focus on that stuff, you could push it back. But as you can see here, we have another Pack, or Flak 41, 88mm, trying to shoot down my brother's plane, which I think it should barely be able to survive, but just barely. Managed to retreat, which is a good thing. Artillery coming in trying to dislodge these key positions. Again, what I'm assuming this guy is going to try to do is flank. And if he can do that, he can kind of just overrun this position a little bit. But it looks like, yeah, they're retaking some of the hedge groves over here because they were pushed back to this line. So the fact that they took it back, very nice. Fighters going after that poor German fighter that decided to chase down some stuff. So lots of fighters. Very nice job, Indy. Manages to push back their force. Now, Phase C is about to begin, so if you're wondering how can it become a lot worse for me, well, A, Windy's calling in his own railway, which sucks, and B, with that, they get more King Tigers and more armor. So as you can tell by my expression, things are going to go great for me. But yeah, I'm constantly calling on artillery just to delay them, and also my planes going after their stuff because I'm just trying to hold it back, if at all possible. But yeah, they have a ton of stuff coming in. Luckily, well, not really luckily. At least I'm still kind of holding the midpoint here. But yeah, things are not going all that well. Battle for the city. Is it just one guy, Vanguard? Yeah, Vanguard's doing just a... Nope, Shinji's still there. Shinji's all over the place, I'm assuming. But it's mostly... Nope, Shinji and Vanguard are all there. Shinji, not Shingi. Shinji are all there. Bombers coming in, most likely trying to neutralize this stuff. There was a good counterattack, pushing these guys back. Bombers coming in, knocking out the flak, allowing the infantry to move up. Take over the hedge grove. Some armor moving up. Should hopefully be an interesting battle. Because again, there's that, we have a jumbo. Look at all that armor. 20 armor, so even the Panthers are going to have a hard time dealing with that. It could push it back through enough fire. But nice fighter group pushing back all of those planes. On my side, I'm still have to deal with planes. Have an AT gun on standby. Kind of my objective with this one is just fire down the damn road. So hopefully keep their stuff back from moving down, allowing me to hold at least that key position for a little longer. At least that's my hope, my dream. These half-tracks are coming in, and for those who do, again, they have machine guns and they destroy. So what a lot of people do is they'll rush in armor to this position to kind of hold it. Fighters coming in, knocking out that really expensive bomber, but Angel's coming in, gonna hunt those guys down. Oops, sorry. There we go. Shoots down one. Second one going after it. Will he get the kill? Nope. Looks like he has to pull out. Lots of bombers. Again, Kitten's just calling in all the Air Force. So his main thing is Air Force and goddamn tanks. So Tino's over here still. We have Shinji over here. And, yeah, just a good old-fashioned curb stomp on my behalf. Literally on me. So, still holding the city pretty damn well, and I actually kind of congratulate him for that. A lot of AA too, so the bombers are probably not going to be able to affect him, and he seems to be just kind of flanking a lot of these guys, taking a little bit more territory. Very good for him. Left-hand side, we have not seen my brother. It looks like my brother was able to help counterattack a little bit, bring in enough AT and firepower with tanks to kind of push back that infantry. Kind of, wow, overwhelming firepower, actually, just murdering all of it. Lots of fighters coming in, though. Battle over in the skies right now. Though it looks like the AA is doing a pretty damn good job at pushing them back. And I'm assuming we should be seeing their... Wait, nope. Huh, I'm actually surprised we're not seeing the Allied Air Force come in to kind of deal with all those fighters. Because a fighter's only good against another fighter, other planes. So, as long as you can have another fighter force kind of deal with them and have the AA, you kind of deal with them enough. Oh boy. So we have 2 anti-tank gun planes coming in. What are they going to target? So they're going after the artillery, the Sexton specifically. Wow, the Sexton barely survives. They're pulling back. Although, as you can see here, they can go in for multiple runs if they want to. But the problem is you just have to keep them alive, and they have a lot of AA, they're going to have problems. Big Air Force battle over here. Knocked out a couple half-tracks, pinned a couple more units, so that's actually a decent hit. And they can go in for a second strafe. And again, if I click on the unit, you can see here that they have 9 out of the 12 shots, meaning that they have 9 of the 12 out of the 12 anti-tank rounds that they can fire at their disposal. So now we have Shinji, and Shinji's just gonna be like, I'm gonna set up all these goddamn howitzers to just open fire upon enemy forces, which is fine. But when you have 1, okay, that's a problem. When you have 4 of the damn bastards firing at you, you're gonna lose. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's going on. I'm trying to call in my fighter just to delay them enough for my artillery to come in. Because again, I am just throwing everything I can, but it's 4 players. And I'm slowly being pushed back. Now, granted, it's been about 15 minutes of me having to deal with all this, and I'm still holding them back. So, even though I'm easily losing, there's no way I'm winning. My artillery was like a last-ditch effort, and as you can see, not doing all that great. Calling in another one just to keep up the artillery, just to try to hold them back. But yeah, me and Therm are falling back, because that's, our doctrine is not, it's truly not designed for late game. It's designed for the early game rush to hold and then use airplanes and artillery. The problem is their tanks are pretty much invulnerable to my artillery. It will push them back, but they can just move up more stuff just fine. And then my planes keep being shot down by their enemy fighters from another guy. So they're countering mine pretty damn hard. And it's not like Overwatch where I can just change my deck halfway through. It doesn't work like that, and I'm just taking a lot of fire. Luckily, my artillery is kind of hitting this gigantic blob of forces, which is forcing them back. And now I have an AT gun also firing upon them. But they have 1, 2. Don't they have a third? No, just 2. They have 2 King Tigers moving up. 2 now. And again, they cost 350 points. So they're really expensive. And I'm only, what, getting 135? The Axis at most are getting, what, 150? So, yeah, it's going to be a goddamn nightmare. Fighters taking out my Mosquito, unfortunately, and now they're calling in all their stuff. Luckily, fighter support coming in to try to deal with some of those planes. So, yay me, I got some backup. Trying to take out some more stuff. They called in more artillery to knock out my AT gun and kind of move up their stuff very easily. Should have probably moved this, actually, time on target a little farther back, but whatever. At least I'm still able to keep hitting them a little bit more. Knocked out some of their SS troops. And my goal is to try to just keep back those tanks. But as you can see, they're just bringing in a ton of infantry. I put down the help because I just realized, oh god, please airstrike anything. On the left-hand side, oh wow, more fighters coming in. Trying to deal with that. My brother's still holding this forest area, but again, has a decent, like, long-range front over here. Most likely trying to kill that Jagdpanther. Wow, just instantly annihilating. More AA, I guess my brother's trying to get. Trying to shoot down some of those planes. And again, if you hit them enough, they won't be able to fire there. And these bombers do have, I believe, a secondary gun. Oh, let me click on it. There we go. You can see here they do have that secondary gunner, at least some of them do, which can kind of allow them to... No, this one doesn't. This one doesn't have it, but some of them have the top cockpit, which has a machine gun, which will help hold back enemy fighters a little bit. Does this one have it? P-38. I'm assuming the P-38 has it, but we shall see. P-38. No, it doesn't look like you have it, P-38. I'm actually a little bit surprised. Well, I'll let you be, P-38. How about you? You are another P-38. You are Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. More Lightning. Fighter. Here we go. B-26. There's the guy I'm looking for. Wow, a lot of AA. Jesus Christ. He drops the bomb. And manages to hit a couple of the anti-air guns, but not really. That time on target, if they can time it just right, if it knocks out all that infantry, that would be really helpful. And actually, again, props to Guani for able to push back that, again, Arsenic, who managed to, remember, push up a decent chunk, but now is slowly but surely being pushed back to the center of the map. Unfortunately, my side is falling. Luckily, we have some artillery coming in. Again, I'm calling in all the artillery I possibly can just to hold them back. So, yeah. Looks like we have some time on target coming down at the tail end of that infantry. So, nice job killing a few. Airstrike coming in, killing some of the scouts, the recon. Really surprised you don't have an anti-tank gun straight up the center, because that would be perfect to knock out those incoming trucks. Though he's deploying, what is it, Ostruppen? Aren't these Ostruppen essentially? Yeah, Ezra Truppen or whatever, but essentially they're really, really weak and very easy to kill. More time on target called in, but look at all this. Look at this. Tino's just calling in everything he possibly can. And remember, we still have Tino. We have, where is he? Shinji, and we have Kittens. All still there, all holding me back. And now, they're pushing me back not only to my area, but they're pushing me back to this. I am on my last edge, and I'm using my Challenger, which has a really decent gun, to try to hold these guys off, but it's a King Tiger. They have a gun and stuff like that that can easily beat mine, and my anti-tank gun and that combined are just barely holding them back. And as you can see, they are still managing to kill me. Again, that long-range artillery is just the death of me. I can't really position or fortify. Calling in an airstrike, my goal is to try to kill something. Still unable to kill that King Tiger. Still. Now they're bringing in theirs, rocket strikes, to finish off that AT gun and pretty much be like, oh, we can easily push up. Now, Thermo's calling in his stuff because I guess he also realized, oh my god, they're calling in all their infantry. Let's just bomb the crud out of this position, trying to hold them back. And luckily, some artillery coming in might be able to pin them down long enough for that to happen. They got out of their trucks because they were under fire. Just a giant line of marauders, why not? My brother's still fighting tooth and nail to hold that left-hand side, but as you can see, there was still that Jagdpanther over there. I'm just going to allow this to happen. Oh, look at all that artillery. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. So manages to pin down their entire army and kill a ton of infantry, which is what we needed. Kind of just stop that gigantic annoyance. And I think that was Manstein was the first person to leave. I could be wrong in that, but I haven't really noticed anyone else. Anyway, B-26 trying to escape, but unfortunately that fighter, the ME, managed to knock it out. Very nice fighter. Very nice job. Still a battle over the city, but as you can see, the Allies just unable to take it. The Axis pretty much have control no matter how many airstrikes they call in. Although the nice hit, killing out that Marauder. They have really low health, but very powerful guns, which is very easy for airstrikes to call in and kill it. Unfortunately, my brother's just being hammered by the Yag Panther and whatnot. They have a ton of AA over here, I'll give them that. So that JU-88 is probably going to die, I'm assuming, just from all that AA. Will it really not die? Oh, it's smoking. It has like 2 fire trails on it, so it's on the edge. Windy surrenders, wonderful. And in case you're wondering like why you would surrender, they're getting very close to winning. They stopped us from that, but I guess they just feel like they can't get enough of a point in victory to turn the tide. So they're like, okay, we're done. Which I understand. I feel like this game should have a, well, maybe not, because I guess you could do an amazing strike, but maybe just a limit to be like, okay, you're really not going to come back. Maybe we should just do a general surrender. That might be a key feature, maybe. Like a surrender option in Company of Heroes 2 where you can do that for your team. Angel of Death coming in, knocking out some of those fighters. A little more inbound, but they're in allied territory, so remember, AA is a thing. Plane swooping back around, trying to knock it out. We have more fighter squadrons coming in. Should be very easily cleaning up a lot of the German planes, from what I can tell. So very nice job with that. Some artillery come in, pushing back the Germans further, and he did. And Sloop doing a pretty good job controlling this, I guess, what of a train. Is that train? No, it's just a line of buildings. But yeah, controlling this, like, junction point, I would say. Unfortunately, my brother just sucking a little bit because, again, he has infantry over here, but he just can't take that area. And again, I would get, like, a tank destroyer or something. I'm assuming that's... Oh, he has one coming up. Cool. And he has another one just trying to get in better position, I'm assuming, to hit that Yag Panther. But yeah, they're pushing on my end, calling in more artillery, calling whatever I can in to just try to push them back. Knock out that half track. Kind of happy. At least I'm killing something. More bombers, stuff like coming in. This is my last defense point. If I lose this kind of section of force, I'm essentially just giving them access to my base. Because really that's like the last point where I will be unable to see. So Angel calls in a fighter, knocked out the ME if all possible. They're still pushing in with everything they can, which is fantastic. And unfortunately my ally Therm, no matter how much he gives with artillery support, and it's just not working. By the way, time on target, the small one, sucks. The middle one's probably the more preferable one, but the small one, yes, it is quicker, but it's not as explosive. That's probably the best way to describe it. So do be warned. A lot of units coming straight up, and that Sloop is, I guess, trying to cause a breakthrough event to occur. Wow, these guys are all pinned in allied territory. This could be great. AT guns opening fire, trying to hit some of those guys. Could get a lucky shot, because it is a higher penetration to kind of kill this stuff. That would be wonderful. More units coming in, I guess, trying to help save it, maybe? Although we have 3 Oswins right there, so kind of, I mean, like, you can't really call on allied planes to really deal with it. They'll be instantly shot down. Fighter groups coming in, trying to clean up those fighters. Very nice. Anyway, so we have the King Tiger. So how would you deal with this in a more natural situation? Well, if I actually had an armored group, I would kind of be like, okay, I'll lure them in, you engage them with armor, but I will call my artillery, knock them out, and that way you can move up with the armor and get the final kills. That's what I would want to do. Unfortunately, my allies are just so tied up that they can't really bring up armor. And that's what you kind of want. You don't, I mean, unfortunately, you don't want situations where you kind of pick the same doctrine, because now they're just, again, using the same tactic. And I've pushed this back. Remember, beginning of the game, I was over here. Now, over here. They're doing a really great job at beating me. But again, they're just beating me with better equipment that I just do not have access to. And a lot of airstrikes and whatnot. So, tank gunfire and whatnot, luckily for my brother, managed to just push back a lot of that stuff. And the Osmans just don't have the defensive capabilities to hold back the AT gun. MG pushing back that, whatchamacallit, that infantry. Bomber going down, poor thing. I think it's actually blocked vision with that building, which is why they can't really hit this stuff. Sucks for him. Artillery kind of fashioned up over here. I guess they're like, okay, let's just hold him back with arty, because that's the thing. So now they're pushing up on me, as you can see, with a bunch of half tracks. I'm bringing up my I think this is my last challenger, just trying to like do whatever I can to hold them back, if at all possible. My units are opening fire, but as you can see, they've taken a lot of casualties. And now, with all those half-tracks, they're just opening fire. they're just hitting them with the machine guns on the front, just wiping armor and stuff like that. He's a challenger too, but they just have a line of Panthers and a King Tiger just slowly pushing them back. Also, King Tiger now, I guess, deciding to open fire on that location. Plane strike trying to call in, trying to hit here, as you can see. The reason I do that is to make them all fall back, because if they're that close together, it's very easy to come in. Now, apparently you can call on a P-47 from the side to knock out the armor, because again, or the back of a tank. The problem is when the enemy has so much AA, it's hard to fly around and come in from behind, but before getting knocked out and unable to hit your bombs. Again, tanks, the Star here is the best armor on the front. They have weaker armor on the sides, but still, it's more difficult to flank. I bring up my Ground to try to hold that force area if all possible, but as you can see, they have a ton of troops just rolling on up that I'm just going to be unable to deal with. And they are winning. They actually have more points now. They have more territory. So, good for them. Call in my strike. Managed to somehow kill the king. I really have no idea how I killed that. I'm assuming that I just hit it right on the side, and that was just enough to penetrate and kill it. I was just my lucky day. So, yay. I managed to kill a King Tiger. I'm happy. They're calling additional armor though, and as you can see, they're kind of just filling up the gaps with just more infantry and whatnot. So it's going to be very hard. At this point in the game, I'm just out of infantry. I'm just gone. I have really nothing left. I'm trying everything I possibly can just to hold out. I have a couple of those, was it Greyhounds? No, Staghounds, my apologies. Just with light AA, just trying to hold back those planes. But honestly, at this point, I know I'm done. Like, I'm spent. I've used all my artillery just to hold them back. I have really nothing else that I can use. Thermo kills another king with an airstrike. Maybe we're just getting lucky, or they're being depleted. Whatever the case, we're at least holding back their armor at the tip of the edge. My brother, on the other hand, actually lost that area, which does suck. But whatever. He's still holding the main industrial center pretty damn well. And our allies have managed to retake. Remember, they were back here. Managed to push up. Or sorry, they were back here. Managed to push up and hopefully gain closer to that town area. They are calling on artillery. Kind of push them back. Fighter is, though, coming in. And I'm assuming they're trying to fight. But we have more fighters coming in to fight those fighters. So that fighter is probably going to die. Yeah. Nice kill with the Thunderbolts. Very powerful anti-tank planes. Personally, I like, again, the JUs better, but they're still pretty damn efficient at fighting tanks and can occasionally get a decent kill. So yeah, and I like how usually when you call in one plane, your entire enemy team will call in fighters as well. But speaking of the devil, calling in fighters, they're trying to clear the skies for these bombers to come in. Most likely try to clear this infantry for one final push. They are beating us now by 5 points. So if this game were to keep on going, it probably would not end well for us. Probably would not end well whatsoever. At this point, they took this area. I'm falling back. We have a couple light things, but yeah, Thermo's like, help. I mean, to be fair, I have nothing left. I have no tanks. I have no anti-tank. I'm gone. I'm done. But luckily, the game is over. My men fought valiantly and died. So look at team for somehow, some way. By the way, I love how there's another guy called Angel of Death on our team. I got most kills. I got by far the most losses. I got annihilated by that triple team, and I just could not hold. But even with Therm, who's fighting his own guy, mind you, we still managed to hold him back for most of the game and still at least hold that territory. By the end of it, yeah, I collapsed. I collapsed and could not hold any further. But compared to my teammates, I mean, like, my brother got 4th, which is good for him. I got most kills. Like, I destroyed, and just go over kills. My pack gun got quite a few kills. Managed to get a couple more. Again, it was a lot of that artillery, the naval battery specifically. As you can see here, they just got a ton of knockouts. But yeah, except for that one King Tiger kill with my lucky Typhoon, it was a slaughter for my guys as well. I took so many losses. King Tiger, Panther, Railroad, King Tiger, Look at me that kills this tiger god. It's just, yeah. So overall, pretty damn good game. Now let's look at them. I guess to keep mine be fair, Windy got most kills. Again, he was doing pretty good at mid, just doing what he could. Kittens again, got a decent amount. Where's Tino? Arsenic. Wow, that's kind of funny. Arsenic didn't get that many kills. He was the guy who pushed in the beginning. I guess he just couldn't really capitalize on it. Shinji Dog wasn't that effective. Again, sure, they weren't together in house, maybe not as effective as, you know, some of the higher guys. But you add them all up and you put them at me. I don't have the units or the capability to fight them all off. So they just beat me by just overwhelming numbers. But yeah, that's game. I want to thank you guys. And I hope this is just like, kind of just shows you how these 10v10s can be amazing. But once you start getting stacked, the deck is just falls apart. And you just lose all sense of you just pretty much lose any foundation you have, and they just slowly push you back. So you want to make sure you have a good deck that's just well balanced and you can kind of help out. And if you see that, make sure you help out your team. But yeah, next time it's definitely going to be a smaller game. I know these 10v10s can just be so hectic that I kind of just want to go down to a smaller 4v4 or even 2v2 match. But yeah, that'll be next time. But in any case, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Before I go on, I want to thank my Patreon supporters like Leo, Sean, Tim, and Hercules. Thank you so much for your awesome support. But this has been Greyshot 17, and I'll see you all next time.